Very good day to all the viewers joining us for this pre-recorded show. We are recording early doors on Saturday morning for the meeting on Sunday, the 20th of April. And in studio with me is Dees. Dees, firstly, how are you doing? And then just to be on the same page, this is the meeting moved from Friday night to Sunday.
Friday night to Sunday and then Sunday to Wednesday. So if you have those books in hand, don't throw them away, especially Sunday's meeting. It's to Wednesday. Yeah, looking forward to this 9 races, Sheldon, and to all the racing fans out there. Trust that you're well. Let's go for it.
Let's get straight into the package and let's have a look at Long Street in action.
Time, and then comes Dynasty's Last, coming down to the 300-metre marker now. Long Street leads it. De Rosa down on the inside. There is Your Ladyship. Your Ladyship, Long Street, De Rosa over the last 100 metres, but Long Street continues to find Your Ladyship. These are the two that come down to the line. I'm not going to split them. It's between Your Ladyship and Long Street. The rider lost his reins in the closing stages on Your Ladyship.
Run Forest Run. Very disappointing on his first effort. Myself and Serena thought maybe a bit of stage fright for him. So it's not a particularly strong race. And look, we're hoping he can make some improvement. And obviously he's been tough with preps, but he's in a good space at the moment.
Well, you're going to hear that throughout the show. The preps have been very, very tough. And Dee's just looking at the weather patterns we've had in the last couple of weeks and the last 3 to 4 months. We over our average rainfall for the year already.
Amazing the amount of rain that we've had here in KZN, but we're hoping to get the show back on the road. So let's bring up the field, have a look at race number 1. And this is how they are betting. Number 3, Firefighter from 2 to 1, that's now 17 to 10. Horse number 6, Long Street, is at 18 to 10. And we got a first timer called Conray Park, Michael Roberts' first timer. That's trading at 7 to 2. That's the betting. I'll take note of Andre Nell's comments there, Sheldon. Run Forest Run at around 10 to 1. After those comments, we won't read too much into that first run, including trifectas and quartets. But for race number 1, I think the most popular bet here will be the exacta between 3 and 6, depending on which side of the camp you are. Like the way Mkhulisi Mbuto is going about his apprenticeship. He partnered this filly last time out. Good second behind Your Ladyship. But there is some early money for number 3, Firefighter. I'm not going to spend too much of time on this race. I think it'll be a form result between 3 and 6. They're both racing fit. They've been racing of late. So those are the 2 runners. I'll keep an eye on number 9. And then I like the comments that we got from Byron about number 1.
Yes, well, between number 3, Fire Lighter, who's found the early support, has had a run recently, looks ready to fire it up with 61 kilograms. Been an open maiden. I'm a little bit disappointed that the handicappers pushed her up 4 points last time. Now 53.5. She should only be carrying 51.5 kilograms. And I hope that doesn't make the difference with Mkhulisi Mbuto riding at the top of his game. She's a struggling maiden, and the handicappers have pushed her up 4 points. So I'm hoping that she's better than that. And number 6, Long Street's going to run an absolute cracker. So numbers 3 and 6 in race number 1.
I'll be on to race number 2, and it is the start of the bar pot. Keep an eye on those carded time changes. Race number 2, the bar pot begins at 12:35. It's a maiden juvenile plate over 1,400 meters. When I say keep an eye on those times, because I'm using a book that was printed for Friday. And of course, it was a twilight meeting, and this is a day meeting. 12:35, you need to get on. Race 2, the bar pot. We bring up the field, and let's have a look at some betting. In the second race here, Sheldon, just quickly going to have a look at the way the market has them, and this is how it looks. Number 2 is Avistar, Dean Kanemaya's runner. That is trading at 17 to 10. Number 3, Alana, that's at 7 to 1. Then we got a 5 to 1 shot in Robbie Hill's runner, number 8, Hollywood Heiress, with Samanga Kumalo up. And Indigenous, number 10, Justin Snate's runner, is at 17 to 10. I think let's firstly start with the Snate camp. You would have noticed that their first runner back in KZN, a place that's very kind to them over the years. You'll recall many feature race winners for Justin. It's really nice to see them hit the turf running, but you could clearly see on that race meeting at Hollywoodbets Scottsville that some runners are going to need their runs more than others. whilst they had a winner, there were some disappointment on there as well.
Yes, when you look at the individual runners, each and every runner is going to be having their own style. Some will need the run a bit more than others. And then coming to KZN, you don't know how much work they've done back in Cape Town, how much they've been able to do here with all the rains about. So in race number 2, I'm not going to be very much help. I'm going to go with numbers 2 and 10 as far as the bipod goes. Looking at both of them, they ran behind Dream World last time out. Number 2's got a 2 draw, finished 6.75 lengths behind, and number 10 Indigenous has got a 10 draw. But Andrew Fortune, he's got those golden hands, so he'll be able to overcome the draw. Another thing is the conditions. Just looking on Thursday afternoon late on, the penetrometer was 33 and the going was heavy. Lucky to report the sun is out this morning early doors on Saturday, so we've got the whole day Saturday for it to dry up significantly, and hopefully on race day maybe 27 pen. It's going to be on the soft side, so the horses are going to need to be tested.
Yeah, we are recording the show 24 hours earlier, so keep an eye on that pen reading. Yeah, there'll be not much to choose between numbers 2 and 10, as Sheldon mentioned. The draw does favor number 2 and Andrew Fortune. He'll be trying to do a Grand Canaria, as he did the other day for Justin Snaith at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. What a ride from that draw. So those are the two obvious runners for the bipod. And of the local runners, I'm sure Sheldon will agree that Hollywood Heiress is the one that stands out from our locals.
But for me, numbers 2 and 10 as far as the bipod goes, hoping to be safe. Heading along to race number 3, which is the opening leg of the place accumulator, and without any further ado, we have a replay of Terminal Velocity when finishing second, and also interviews with Gavin Van Zyl, Byron Foster and Alison Wright.
Coming to the 300, Green Light Queen hits to the front. Down the inside, Nautical Landing. Sonata Samaritan's trying to run on. Past the 200, Green Light Queen still leads it though. On the outside, Sonata Samaritan's a big runner. And Sonata Samaritan comes into the lead. Terminal Velocity on the inside, but Sonata Samaritan will win. Second, Terminal Velocity, Royal Mermaid, and then Nautical Landing.
At KMV Retrofit, I think she'll be suited to the 1400. So, her penultimate run was a good run, and she's progressive and she has lightly raced, and I expect her to be in the hunt there.
Lemon Time, yeah, fantastic comeback run. Track was sticky that day, and she came with an effort, but as we expected, she came up for air that last 100. Look, natural improvement fitness-wise, she should be competitive. We're just hoping the track dries out. She has got small little feet. She might struggle in softest ground again, but if the track has dried out, definitely one to improve.
Royal Enigma is having a first run. She hasn't been to a course or anything to gallop, so just hoping for a nice introduction.
Terminal Velocity been off for a while, probably need this run with missing quite a lot of gallops here with the weather.
Well, there you've heard the weather's playing absolute havoc, and I was originally in the camp of number 12, Terminal Velocity, but the break and listening to the comments might just need the run. And riding arrangement D's, Samanga Kamalo is coming to KZN. He's riding for Gareth and Gavin Van Zyl, and KMV Retrofit staying on nicely in the latter stages in 1 or 2 runs, and then last time just lacked a little bit extra. The 1400 should be no problem. I was originally with number 12, Terminal Velocity, who's run behind Lucrative, the form lines being Franked, Warrior Royale and Sonata Samaritan. How do you put into perspective race number 3 between those 2 runners now?
I'll tell you that Gavin has been a big help, because I couldn't split the 2. And he was clear that number 12, Terminal Velocity, will need the run, and both will be racing in the colors of Ravi Padiachi, a big supporter of the game. So we're going to take it on what Gavin Van Zyl has told us, representing Gareth, that 12 is not the stable elect. It's definitely number 6, KMV Retrofit. Now that I've heard all that, the betting is had it like so, right? Number 1, Austrian Beauty, is at 8-1. Number 6, KMV Retrofit, that's at 7-2. 8 Lemon Time, nice comments coming through from Byron there at 8-1, but he's hoping that doesn't come up too soft. 12 Terminal Velocity, after those comments, 17-10, that's going to drift out. Almost guaranteed, once the guys hear that, that will drift out. The money will definitely come for the stable companion. But I'll tell you what, I like the look of the 6-1 shot now, number 13, Nautical Landing. There's no issues with the distance. Yes, she has a wide draw to overcome, but she seems to have the gate speed to overcome that. If the going comes up soft, I'm not bothered. 4 runs for 3 places. Tristan Godden knows her well. She's ultra consistent, 10 places from 11 starts. And I think that she could have the number of number 7, KM Reed Truffett, who is 50-50 with regards to distance, but Gavin seems to think that she will see it out, and she is better drawn. So I'm going to go with the 6-1 shot as the value now. 13 to beat horse number 6 and then number 12. But for the place accumulator, I'm just going to go 6 and 13. But my each way play now after those comments is going to be 13.
Well, there you go, number 13, Nautical Landing, tried and tested, had the 11 runs to date, and could certainly be the value horse after listening to those comments there. Scratch numbers 11 and 14 at the early time of recording. So let's see how race number 3 goes, and you're going to have to watch them in the parade ring, watch them go down to the start. As you've heard, there's been plenty of rain about, and a number of these horses are going to be coming up for air, and let's see who will be able to do the business in race number 3, the opening leg of the place accumulator.
Well, race number 4 will be the start of the big one. It is the Pick 6, and this Pick 6 is sure to play well. There are some races that you can go light in. Personally like the look of one race, but we'll come to that a bit later on. 13:45, you need to get on the tote. Maiden plate 1800 meters. Well, we've been hearing from Gavin van Zyl, and hopefully he's on the mark with his comments. This should be very interesting.
Apache R has also missed some important gallops and will probably need it. Harun al-Rashid, we were able to get a gallop into him. I suppose one would be asking why not the other one, because we were restricted by our gallops and the amount of horses that we could gallop. So we had to choose, and Harun al-Rashid's probably the right one there, and we expect him to be competitive.
Silver Platter, yeah, knocking on the door. We're trying blinkers on him. He seems to be getting there to win his race, and then just loafing a little bit under Sereno. His last 2 starts, Sereno's thought we'll put the blinkers, and I've shied away against it, and we're going with it this time. Obviously there's 1 or 2 in there with some form, but he's definitely a PA type of horse.
PA type of horse, I'll go one better. I think he's a Pick 6 type of horse as well. So let's bring up the field, have a look at some betting here. Race number 4. And we'll see how many horses we're going to be including in that Pick 6. So the 4th race has it like so, Sheldon. Number 1, Limelight Legend, is at 6-1. Then we got horse number 4, Apache Ag, who the stable field will need the run, having not galloped. Must have been a tough choice on which horse to gallop between the 2, numbers 4 and 9, but they've elected to gallop the 9 ahead of the 4. So that will need the run. That's trading at 4-1. Then number 9, Harun al-Rashid, is at 11-10, and 10 Silver Platter is at 7-2. So this helps me a lot, because I'm going to discount the chances of number 4 after those comments. And these trainers, I think, before we even touch on the form, these trainers, they are speaking it as they see it, because they are the ones that take care of these horses. We rely on them. Bringing their horses fit, well, ready to win. But if they're not ready to win, they're going to tell us. If they like a horse, they're going to tell us. Transparency is key, which they try their best to get right. It's not going to happen all the time, because, these horses make fools of all of us on a daily basis. So hopefully Gavin is right, because, he's just going on his assessment of what's happening back home.
100% right. When it comes down to the workload, what they see is what they're telling us. So they're giving us the information. And like you say, more often than not, they're going to be on the wrong side of the fence. Like when you tip, same as being a tipster or a trainer on the day, you say you expect your horses to run well. They run a bit below par. But the fact that number 9, Harun al-Rashid's had the gallop, it will stand it in good stead. Whether he wins or not is another question. He's been a bit of an underachiever. I don't think he's actually learned to race properly. I know they rated him. They wanted to go for a few of the feature races when he came back from Cape Town. 11 to 10 currently. When a horse is 11 to 10, I don't expect there to be many dangers in the field. But Silver Platter at around 4 to 1, I think that's a big danger.
Yeah, has to be. And I'm not concerned about the draw. I think looking at the way he's been racing of late, he can race up handy. I'd like to see Sereno give him a chance in this type of going. We're expecting the going to come up soft with the weather patterns throughout the week. So I want Sereno to give him a chance. If I had to pick out a horse in this race that's racing fit and has got the draw, it has to be number 1, Limelight Legend. Go and have a look at that last start. This horse dancing on a cloud for the Dean Kannemeyer stable looks an above average individual. Not going to retire, one-time winner winning at Hollywoodbets Scottsville the other day. Though Jabu Jacobs handled the horse well, he's got to know this individual as well. A nicely bred son of Gimme the Green Light, racing in the colours of Mrs. Liley. And looking at the way they've raced him, Sheldon, all runs have been at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Got the draw, first time Hollywoodbets Greyville. He'll have the run of the race, and he has to be included in the pick 6. So after those comments, with 9 and 10 that have to work from those barrier positions, I'm going to lean towards the horse that's got the pole position and fitness on the side. So I'm going to be tipping them 1, 9 and 10, and obviously number 4 back in 4th. But if you are to push me for that outright choice, it's going to be number 1.
Well, there you heard it from number 1, Limelight Legend. Deez is in the camp of this. Give me the green light, and why not? The conditions on the day, obviously you'll have to suss it up, watch the first race, watch the second race. But over 1,800 meters on a soft track, this is an individual who ran 18 days ago, does have the best of the draw, so there's no excuses. The other runners, you can have some excuses. So 6 to 1 Deez is telling me that could be the value horse in the race if you're not with the other two. And there we go. The value is number 1, Limelight Legend. And I tend to agree with these. Although Harun Al Rashid's got a big reputation and Silver Platter's got the form, the number 1 draw and a horse who's run in the soft all 4 runs to date, maybe number 1, Limelight Legend, will rise to the occasion. Welcome back as we move along to race number 5, as we move along to the 1,400 meter, due off at 14:20, all things being equal. And the horse that Deez likes, number 1, School Policy. We do have an interview with Byron Foster, and let's hope he can give us some confidence about this individual.
School Policy, first run for us up here. She's settled in well. Look, I think she's a little bit better than her last few starts. Obviously, she is coming off a break, so we expect her to run a nice sort of race. I don't know if she can win, but she'll be right there.
Well, he did say he don't know if she can win, but she should run a good race, and they're happy with her in the province here. And School Policy, 78 days off the track. And let's just have a look at the current betting and get a guideline here. Number 7, Waza Nawe, 22 to 10. Number 1, School Policy. Number 3, Magical View. Number 4, One Smart Cookie, all at 4 to 1. Number 2, Red Roses 2, 5 to 1. And then number 5, Malcolm's Dream, around 8 and 10 to 1, with number 6, Ubu Kwebazana. Now, Deez, number 1, School Policy. Before I hand it over to you, I thought that number 5, Malcolm's Dream, at around 8 and 10 to 1 could be a little bit of value. She's run against some really good horses in her time, but she's ultimately better at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, but she can raise her game here.
Yeah, I think you're right. When you're picking a horse like Malcolm's Dream that's trading at around 8 to 1, tells me what you think of the race. At the top of this preview, my comments, before I even give them, I'd like to say this is a field race. In the exotics, whatever, it's highly competitive. Horses that are in form, horses dropping in the ratings, a horse that's coming down and going to be debuting in the province. Keep an eye out for Rachel Whittaker's replacements on the day. She was going to be riding number 2, Red Roses 2. Number 1, School Policy. As you heard it from Byron, first run, doing well. They don't know if she could win, but they're expecting her to be right there. Run of the race from draw 1. I've watched her in the Western Cape. She really enjoys it when she gets the run of the race. And I think draw 1, Hollywoodbets Greyville, going to suit her nicely if she shows that early gate speed. So she has to go into everything. Red Roses 2 on that last start. I'll give her a mention. Magical View has to go in. One Smart Cookie. You like number 5, Malcolm Stream. Uber Kwep Bazane, MJ Ordendal's runner. What a finish last time out. And then even Woza Nawe, who won a very good race with Sean Veal, 54 kg. So it's a tough race. It's a race where I think you'll do well to double up if you're putting numbers in place accumulators. But for, the jackpot, which will begin, jackpot 1, that is at 14:20, 20 past 2, I think it's a field race unless you can narrow it down to 3 runners. Pick 6, a field race for me. Place accumulator numbers. I like number 2 with Rachel on. Now that she's not on, I'm not going to change. So I'm going to tip place accumulator. That is 2 Red Roses 2, 4, 1 Smart Cookie, and then it's a toss-up, Sheldon, between 7 and 3. I think I'm going to go with the 7 because I don't like that penalty that was incurred by number 3 Magical View from a 90 to a 96 last time out. So my PA number is going to be 2, 4, and 7.
Well, there you go. Deez is going 2, 4, and 7. I like a little bit of 5, Malcolm's Dream, and number 6, Ubu Kwebazana. But Deez did mention it's a field race, and in the testing conditions, it might be worth going the entire field in race number 5 and look for the biggest roughie to arrive.
Well, with 9 races carded, race number 6 will be jackpot 2, 14:55. It's over 1,600 meters. And this race, at the time of recording, Sheldon, no scratchings. All 8 runners go to post. But let's go to our package and come back for the assessment.
Bound 400 metres to go. Run to Rio, Forest Jump down the inside. Future Saint trying to get into it. Run to Rio's coming elusive bell at the 200. Gorgeous Dude on the outside's putting in a run, but it's Run to Rio the last 100 metres. Bossy Rockfart's come from absolutely nowhere and tearing home late on, but Run to Rio's timed it well. Second position, very tight. That's going to go to Gorgeous Dude, maybe Pongola and Bossy Rock.
Yeah, Gorgeous Dude has found his form. I think we've worked him out, and hopefully he can run another good race. He's well fit and took his last run well.
Kawari's Dream, didn't pull up too well off his last run on the poly. We gave him a break. He's going to come out fresh. Obviously the weight off his back's going to help. He's obviously going to need a nice ride, and if he can be running on, we'll be pleased with that. But in all likelihood, might need the run. McCarty, he's been knocking on the door. Good last run. He's trying the mile now. He's quite lazy in the early part of his race. He always comes with a late rattle, and look, if he's not too far out of his ground and the track is running fair, I think he's another one for the quartets, and he must have a small winning chance.
Well, firstly, Alison Wright, we were on your horse last time out, but I wish you could have worked things out at that penultimate start, because that was the big cash. She said we work things out now, but we did get on last time out at 4-1, but that penultimate run was the 20-1. Okay, Alison Wright, if you work things out, number 2, Gorgeous Dude, well, hopefully you can go back to back. 54 kgs, draw 2, good win last time out. There shouldn't be much between 2, Gorgeous Dude and McCarty. You can see the form line. The one thing that we know about Gorgeous Dude is that the distance will be no issue. Where a horse like McCarty, I still have a slight question mark over 1,600 meters. But as Byron mentioned, the way he's been finishing off his races, maybe a mile now could be to his liking, number 8, McCarty. I'm going to take a big, bold chance here, Sheldon. It's 8 runners that go to post. I'm only going to go with 3 runners in all my bets. 6, Pongola, Michael Roberts' runner, like the way that was finishing off last time out. The form line has seen Gorgeous Dude and Animal Impact come out to win. We await a rider. 7, Fireburst for Matthew and Mike de Kock, with Cabello Matsanyane up. Last time out, that run behind Phaser, I don't think it was the ideal race for the horse. There was money down. Yes, I understand, but I didn't like the horse on the day. You fancy the winner, I think, Phaser. I think you actually tipped the winner on the day. I tipped the horse that ran second. I can't remember, but you like the winner on the day. There was money for this horse, but for me, that wasn't the right type of field. So this race, which is now a Class 5, that last start was a Class 4. I think down in class, up in weight, is going to suit the horse. Number 7, Fireburst. And then 8, Makadi, I'm hoping will reverse the form with Gorgeous Dude. So those are my 3 numbers, 6, 7, and 8. And if any of those 3 don't win, I'm out.
Well, Dees, I really like your selection, number 6, Pongola. This is a horse that I've been waiting for a while. It just takes a certain type of ride. And unfortunately, the handicappers have got this one handcuffed in the handicap department. Racing off at 65 after showing nothing, well, not showing nothing, but I think this horse should have been dropped down to a 60 by now. So I think the handicappers have got this one wrong. I'm hoping this one can come through and win. It has been 515 days, has won in the wet. And Pongola takes a special kind of ride. And with Rachel Vinica not riding, it's going to be crucial who Michael Roberts puts on number 6, Pongola. It's a horse who likes to lag off the pace and then runs on very, very strongly at the business end. 59.5 kilograms on the back. I'm sorry to say it, but I think the handicappers have been quite harsh on number 6, Pongola. But I'm going to stick with Pongola and hope that Pongola can outdo the rating, and that'll be my first selection. And then once you look beyond that, it becomes an absolute nightmare. Number 7, Fireburst. I agree with you, the wrong race last time out. Must be a player. And then once you look beyond those horses, a horse like number 1, Porfirio, has a bit of a chance. 2, Gorgeous Dude, could be looking to follow up. But I'm going to be with number 6, Pongola, and hopefully they get the right rider for the job, and Pongola can defy the handicapper off that 65 and come through and win. Moving along to race number 7, which looks to be a very competitive heat. This is due off at 15:30, all things being equal. The Gallop TV YouTube channel A Stakes over 1,600 meters. And without any further ado, let's go to our interview package.
King Pelly's, it's on the short side for him. Also missed a few important gallops, and we'll be using this as a stepping stone into some longer races.
Your Noble Cities had a disappointing run last time out. We have fitted him with a tongue tie, and feel he's still going to need this outing.
Well, looking at the betting for race number 7, getting the device underway here. Number 3, Underworld from the Justin Snaith stable with Muzieni aboard is 3-1 joint with number 4, King Peles. And listening to Gavin van Zyl, might just need the run. They'll be using this as a gallop. Number 1, Get Impressed, quite an interesting runner with Andrew Fortune aboard at 4-1. And then we go out 6-1 and better the rest. Now, Dees, when you look at race number 7, you could throw a blanket over the field, and the best weighted column, there's 5 or 6 runners that are weighted to finish right alongside each other.
Can't use that. It's impossible to try and work things out at the weight. You'll end up including the field. I'm going to try and minimize the spend here for the guys, Sheldon, over the 1,600 meter trip. Quality race, it's an A stakes. I'm just going to go 3 runners in all bets. Both runners from the Snaith camp. Number 1, Get Impressed, and number 3, Underworld. I'm not going to be put off that Underworld is coming through from form on the poly track in Kabeja, having won well their last time out, and the form line not holding up. Justin Snaith doesn't just put horses on a float when he chooses which ones to come down to KZN. It's a limited number of boxes that you're given, and you're not going to waste space. So the fact that he brought this horse down tells me that he thinks he could be successful with the horse in the province. But number 1, Get Impressed. Don't read too much into his recent Cape form. He loves it when he comes to KZN. Go and have a look at some of his wins during last season. You will get impressed, excuse the pun, because he is a horse that thrives in KZN. And his runs in the Western Cape of late, they've tested him against some nice horses. Just look at some of those names: Mir Capitan, Reskova, the Real Prince. Those are all nice horses. So if he comes out fresh here in KZN from draw 1, big runner. 3, Underworld, big runner. But of our locals, I'm just picking 1 horse, and that's going to be Diani. Take a bow, Dennis Bosch. The horse is a 7-time winner. You've got this horse to win, carrying 62 kgs, beating Kitchikel. Knocked me out of everything that day. I was on Kitchikel, on course, And still, I came over and shook your hand, as a gentleman would. But nevertheless, number 7, Diani, he never runs a bad race, Sheldon. He's the type of horse that I think will be, when you look at our locals, the traveling horses, how they're going to go, Justin Snaith's runners. If I had to pick a local horse, it will be number 7, Diani. Trading at around 6-1. Dennis Boss assures me that the horse is well. So both Justin Snaith's runners, numbers 1 and 3 with number 7. I'm going to take a big bold chance here again, like I did in the previous race with 3 runners. I'll go with 3 here.
I think these could be spot on the mark. And just looking at number 1, Get Impressed, absolutely loves KwaZulu-Natal, a 50% win strike rate at the course and distance, 3 runs for 2 victories and a third, and lifetime appearances, 4 victories, of which 2 have come at the course. So a 50% win strike rate when it comes down to KwaZulu-Natal, absolutely loves it here at the course, and these could be onto something. Number 3, Underworlds, run second to At My Command and 5th to Midwinter Wind, and these are the horses that could show up when it comes down to the finishing line. Number 6, Strathclyde, he's a big strong individual, so he'll be fit after that 14-day last run. And then you heard number 4, King Pele, they'll be using this as a gallop. So I think the Justin Snaith team holds a very strong hand with number 1, Get Impressed, and number 3, Underworld, and those are the top 2 for the exacta.
Well, the last double on the card will be race number 8, a class 4 over 1,800 meters, and you need to get on by 16:05. Yep, 4:05 is race number 8. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Easter weekend. Yep, we forgot to wish you guys from Sheldon, from the Gallop TV team and myself, all the best for Easter. Hopefully it's turning out to be a wonderful weekend, and you could have a lovely Sunday. If you don't know what to do on this Sunday, you got something planned for Easter Monday, my suggestion is make your way to Hollywoodbets Greyville if you're in and around, and come and have a look at what's happening here. It's still work in progress, but there's lots happening, and we can't wait to see how it's going to finish off when we get into our champion season. Before we even get to this race, Sheldon, lots of work being done here. We have to give Hollywoodbets and Gold Circle a mention on the tremendous work they've been doing, and some guys are going to be wowed if you haven't visited the course in some time in the next month or so.
100% right, Dees. Working here during the week at Gallop and coming through for the race meetings. These soldiers are working 24/7. They just work. They're like ants. They just keep going.
Look, there's no stop, and I'm waiting to see, and we're going to just give you a sweetener how the parade ring is going to look. The center of the parade. The center of the parade.
The center of the parade ring, the new winners enclosure, everything. Once it's lit up, the fireworks are going to be there. And I think it's going to be a place where everyone wants to race.
Can't wait. I saw that documentary on the LED lighting that they put up, and it's going to be a color show and alles. Hollywoodbets Greyville, where stars are made. The Theatre of Dreams, it's called. Okay, let's get straight into it. Alison Wright with that interview.
Yeah, lovely run from him last time out. He's fit and well. Obviously, he's got to overcome that draw, need a bit of luck in running, and hopefully we can run another good race. There was a lovely maiden win from Bad Medicine. Obviously, it's always tougher out the maidens. He hasn't got the best of draws, and hopefully he can run a nice race.
Well, if you had to ask racing fans that had a look at the entire race card, and I'm sure Sheldon himself, on which horse you're wanting to see on the day from the entire field, I'm sure you would be number 1, Okavango. Just as an athlete, just as a racehorse on what he's seen to date, and we'll know that Justin Snaith will have a plan for him. This is where he will start off his engine. 9-10, they opened him up, Okavango, now 7-10. Then number 5, Al Ravian at 6-1. Number 9, Blackberry Breeze at 11-2. It's double figures, the balance. Yeah, not my type of bet, but I am an exotic player, and I'm really excited to see this horse race on the day. He's a 7-10 shot, so I'm going to go with the market, and I'm going to go with what I've noticed in the Western Cape, Sheldon, with number 1, Okavango. Just quickly, just for the guys, just to work it out on how these weights work. He's a 3-year-old, The weight for age allowance for 3-year-olds over 1,800 meters this time of the year is 3.5 kgs. So you subtract that from his rating of 90 and you get a net 83. So he's racing off a net 83. And I personally feel, this is my personal opinion, you know, guys may say he's achieved now, there's no more to come for him. My personal opinion is that he's going to achieve much higher than this. From what I've seen of him to date, the way he's finished off his race last time out over 1,600 meters at a tight Hollywoodbets Durbanville track, the fact that he came from so far back, he can race up handy, he's a versatile horse. I like what I see. This is a class 4 race, so it's a low division handicap. Yes, he's taking on some hard knocking horses, but I don't expect him to be 80% to win this race. You know, even if he's below that, I think his class will pull him through. I'm all in. I mentioned earlier on that it's the way you structure your bets. This is my banker for the day. I don't know if you've watched him race in Cape Town. What's your view on him? But I'm going to make him the best bet on the card.
100% right. Best bet on the card, and he's a horse who's currently racing off a 90, but I think he's going to be a horse that'll be over 100 in time to come. And it's not too often that I say that about these 3-year-olds. Usually you sit on the fence with them. But here's a horse, a master of my fate from the Justin Snaith team. He won his maiden absolutely rip-roaring fashion. His penultimate run, take a look at that. Go watch that video. Very, very unlucky. He was held up, continuously balked, and then last time out he came through with a flying finish to beat Touchdown. Andrew Fortune from the one draw, he's going to be smutsing to them, and I think the money's going to be spot on. I don't back odds on favourites, so that's my law. I always look for the value out there, but when it comes to bankers for the pick six and those type of bets, number 1, Okavango, he's a horse I believe who the sky's the limit, and he will come through, and I believe he will win. So at around 7 to 10, even with the 61.5 kilograms on his back, number 1, Okavango, I believe he's a pick six banker, and banker in all bets. Not a bet on the nose for me. I don't back odds on favourites, but I believe he is a 7 to 10 shot, and I believe he'll come through with flying colours.
Race number 9, where we close things off, and we should close things off at 16:40. It's a class 4 fillies and mares, 1,800 meters the distance, and 16:40, as I mentioned, is when things will end at Hollywoodbets Greyville. Let's get into our interview package.
Plum Pudding, another one that's come up from Cape Town. Also took a while to settle in. The rain didn't help her, and but she's been working quite nicely. She hasn't been finishing far off in Cape Town. The trip should suit her. Look, she must also, another one with a quartet chance. Happy horse going into the race. She was one of the few that managed to get onto the grass, and she put up a nice grass gallop. So fitness wise we think she's there, and yeah, nice chance.
Well, I'm on the head with my rule here. 10 runners. I got 5 runners for you to possibly include in the pick 6, and I'm quite happy with those 5 runners. But firstly, I will bring up the field and have a look at some betting here, which is race number 9. This is the way it looks, Sheldon. Number 1, Hodgepodge, 4 to 1. Number 2, Among the Clouds, Snaith and Fortune, could be a combination to follow on the day, 5 to 2. And Andrew Fortune, wow, riding superb, traveling to Cape Town from Gauteng to KZN, riding winners all around the country. Told me the other day, riding at 53.5 kgs.
Absolutely unbelievable.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was with him just before he got his license. He was walking around 70 kgs. 53.5. Wow. If you ever need motivation to lose some of that weight, I need it. I need it badly. But I don't know if I can get to that type of weight. I mean, losing 20 kgs. Wow. Andrew committed to his trade. So 1, Hodgepodge, 4 to 1. 2, Among the Clouds, 5 to 2. Horse number 4, Plum Pudding, is at 3 to 1. 5, Sonata Samaritan at 7 to 1. 6, Ideal Gift at 6 to 1. 7, Flying Hafler at 8 to 1. And it's double figures, the balance. I like a horse here in double figures, by the way, after I read out that betting at 16 to 1. But my 5 numbers in numerical order: 1, Hodgepodge, 2, Among the Clouds, 4, Plum Pudding, 5, Sonata Samaritan, and then horse number, saving the best for last, Escapologist, number 10 at 16 to 1. Course and distance, 1 from 1. Look at the runs in the wet, Sheldon. You like that?
I like it. I like the Escapologist. I followed this one on a couple of occasions. This 5-year-old bay mare, she's done exceptionally well for me. She ran behind Faisal, who's come out to frank the form. She's run to Petit Verdot, Miss Platina, Broadway Girl. And that last run, she was making some eye-catching headway. So I think she is priced up the wrong price. I think she's the wrong price, and I think she'll definitely shorten. And she's actually my second selection.
And then the jockey horse combination is clear to see. Cole Dickens get the right tune out of 1 from 1 over the course and distance. 4 wins, Cole Dickens. 3 of her 5 wins have been in the soft. I think if you're looking for a nice roughie to close things off at around 16-1, you have to include this in all bets. Number 10, Escapologist. How confident can you be? Well, you can't, because Hodgepodge is in tremendous form. Stuart Ferry has got this filly on a string. She's drawn 1. Number 2, Among the Clouds. She could come up racing, fresh 56.5 kgs. It's Nate and Fortune. Plum Pudding. You had some nice comments coming through from Byron. Actually jotted them down. The trip should shoot, working well. She settled in here nicely. Include her in quartets, include her in exotics, and then Sonata Samaritan. You can't ignore a filly that's done little wrong out the maiden. So that's going to be my 5 runners, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 10. My roving banker in all bets is a 16-1 shot, number 10, Escapologist. And I'll leave it to you to close things off.
Well, thanks very much, Dees. It's been an absolute wonderful experience going through the card with you. And in summarizing race number 9, I'm going to go with number 2, Among the Clouds. I think the Andrew Fortune, Justin Snaith combination will end off the meeting. And if you look at Among the Clouds at around 5-2, 3 runs back, she went to Quebeca and ran just behind Luna Halo, 5 lengths behind. And the average rating was a 95 on that occasion. She's been a little bit of an underachiever, still a 1-time winner, but she's been close up second on 4 or 5 occasions. And I think with 56.5 kilograms, being a 4-year-old, well drawn, and Andrew Fortune's riding 4 out of the 5 Justin Snaith horses for the day. So number 2, Among the Clouds, the horse for me, they all have to beat. But Dees and I, we both bang on the button with the value horse, which is number 10, Escapologist. Absolutely loves the course, unbeaten course and distance, loves the wet, so there's a lot to like, and I don't think this one's going to start at 16-1. So number 2, Among the Clouds, to beat number 10, Escapologist, and number 1, Hodgepodge, but the value, no doubt, Escapologist.